Hi, in this video, I will share with you how to use skills of pastel Nagomi art to draw this painting, which I name under my Tear Sacrifice series. Here are the tools and materials that you will need. For more explanations, please watch the video Basic Tools and Materials for Pastel Nagomi Art in my channel. For some update, please visit Yashars Corner's Facebook page. You can also find their links in the description of this video. This painting is originally one of the classworks for the Associate Instructor Certificate course. In that course, there are a couple of paintings which only have a theme but do not have a particular design. Students simply use the skills that they have been taught in order to draw a painting according to the theme. I remember that the instructor actually asked us to draw about anger, but I could not feel any anger in my heart at that time. The only feeling that I had was sorrow, so I draw this. This painting is quite simple, and as usual, the first thing is to paint the foundation. Let me take out a piece of paper. Here I use ivory, this one, to paint the foundation. So script the pastel on the paper. Then use a finger to rub the pastel over the paper. The next thing is to paint the background colors. You can use whatever colors you like. Here are the colors that I use. Let me show you. So this is the broken part. We will script all the color first before we rub the pastel over the paper. The colors will blend differently according to the location of the pastel that you scrape, as you can see. I usually just leave it as it is as a kind of artistic effect. If you find that there is too much pastel on the paper, you can find a plastic container, lock a painting against the plastic container in order to get rid of those extra pastel. I also add some kind of red on the left top corner. And then add some blue on the left, on the right top corner. Then we will draw the eye. I script some black in the middle. Then circle on it. Okay, the eye should have some refraction on the middle, so I use a clean finger to rub on it a bit. Then we draw the eyelid like this. Okay, to have a shape first. Just dip on. Okay. We can then add some more black on the eyelid. And just use a finger to draw like this. I think I want the eyeball to be darker, so I add some more black. This part always triggers my tears a bit. I don't know why, but it just triggers. But then because of this, I know that my pain of losing Yashar is really deep and gray. The next thing to draw are the tears. We will use tape to do so, but before that, let me clean my finger a bit first. Use a wet towel to wipe the finger a bit. And then use a dry towel to dry it, so that the water would not get onto the pastel. Okay, then we use a tape to make the tears. Tape of different adhesiveness will create different effects. Let me show you some of my paintings. So this one of them like this, and if you use a tape of stronger adhesiveness, it would come out something like this. Or this is actually the original one. So let me show you how to do that. This tape is one that is less adhesive, but it is still just an ordinary transparent tape. We will not really stick the tape on the paper, but just put it lightly on the paper like this. And then use the fingernail to scratch at it. So you can scratch in whatever way you would like. So like this. You may use the same tape once again. And we use another one because that one has already got a lot of pastel. So you can sometimes do twice. You may also use other tools to scratch it, like this. So sometimes we will tear off the surface of the paper, and I think it's nice. We just leave it as it is. It is part of our tier, you know. So just like this one, we have some tiers here, here and there. It's just part of our painting. Then finally, we will scratch the paper with a cutter. Pastel Nagomi art uses the cutter to scratch the paper in order to create different effects and draw different things. This time, I placed the cutter a little bit flat like this above the paper and scratch at it in order to express the pain that I have because of Yashars death, like this. Just like you draw some lines here. You may draw a straight line or you may draw curve, whatever you feel like you want to do, just to express the pain that you have when you lost your loved one. I think this one is really nice. To create some special effects, you can see it like this one, or like this one. There's some black lines here. This one is all white. You can see the scratches here. To create those kind of black lines, all you have to do is just to use a finger to rub on the pastel a bit. You can see the pastel will fill in the lines that you have just scratched, like this one. Like this. At last, let me clean my finger a bit first. At last, we tear off the tape. Okay. You may then write down, I just call this painting Tear Sacrifice number 3. If you want to know what is Tear Sacrifice number 2, you can go to Yashars Corner's YouTube channel or Facebook page. You will see Tear Sacrifice number 2 in that video also. Then I usually sign on the right hand side. Then write down the date. I would also very much appreciate if you can write down original painting, Yashar's corner, especially if you post the painting on social media. You may then spray some fixative in order to protect the painting from being smudged. I have recently found a non-toxic fixative, this one. You can learn more about it on Yashar's Corner's Facebook page. I hope that this painting helps you to process your grief of losing your loved one. I personally found that drawing this painting gives me some time to touch and to embrace the pain that stays deep in my heart. If you have any questions, please feel free to have a comment to me. Just leave a comment below. For more about Nagomi art and embracing grief, please visit the Facebook page of Yashar's Corner. There is also a private group which offers a safe place for you to learn and share about the experience of processing grief through painting pastel Nagomi art.